Nath will focus on campaigning and outreach across the entire state. Now, it appears that he does not want to limit his efforts to contesting assembly elections only in Chhindwara. Kamal Nath is a prominent figure for the Congress in the Madhya Pradesh elections, and in fact, Rahul Gandhi had just previously announced him as the chief ministerial candidate during a rally in the state. Following Jyotiraditya Scindia's switch to the BJP, the responsibility for campaigning and outreach in Madhya Pradesh now largely rests on Kamal Nath's shoulders. Kamal Nath, in fact, also came to power in 2018. It was the Congress party which came to power in Madhya Pradesh in 2020, but due to the rebellion led by Jyotiraditya Scindia, Kamal Nath government fell in the state, and it was in fact the BJP that rose to power yet again in the state. And this time, Kamal Nath, it appears, according to our sources, seems to have decided that this time I will not contest in the upcoming elections. But in fact, what I will do is I will ensure that Congress party comes to power in the state. That is what Kamal Nath seems to have decided. Do remember that in 2018 in fact 2020, it was Kamal Nath who served as the chief minister of Madhya Pradesh. But after Jyotiraditya led a rebellion of 20 odd MLAs, 20 MLAs. In fact, then the Kamal Nath government fell in Madhya Pradesh and Shivraj Singh Chauhan came back to power. Jyotiraditya Scindia now serves as the Union Civil Aviation Minister, and in fact there are several MLAs who Jyotiraditya Scindia took along with him who have also made a comeback to the Congress party. Congress in fact has been playing various cards in Madhya Pradesh, be it adopting soft Hindutva or in fact be it saying that be it embracing Bajrang Dal members. Congress has been in fact ditching its Bajrang Sena, beg your pardon. Congress has been ditching its own ideology in Madhya Pradesh, and Kamal Nath is in the driver's seat. Kamal Nath in fact has decided that this time, come what may, even if that includes him not contesting from his constituency Chhindwara, he has, according to our sources, there are chances that he may not contest in the assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and instead focus on campaigning and outreach across the entire state. Do remember that there are various poll surveys that have indicated that this time Congress has a fair chance of coming to power in Madhya Pradesh. There are various factors, the anti-incumbency, and of course, majority of it also is because of the sympathy that is out there for Kamal Nath. The former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh and the Congress President, Congress State President, Congress has put in a lot of hopes on, in Kamal Nath, and it appears that he seems to have cracked the code in Madhya Pradesh, be it and taking all the aspects into consideration. He has decided, according to our sources, that he will not contest in the upcoming elections. He does not want to limit his efforts to contesting assembly elections and wants to focus on the bigger picture, that is, in fact, fighting the elections for the Congress party and, in fact, leading the election charge in Madhya Pradesh and ensuring that the Congress party comes to power. Interestingly, the Congress party that strongly opposes several Hindu organizations also very recently embraced the Bajrang Sena members. And Kamal Nath on several occasions has also made a statement saying that he is more Hindu than any other BJP leaders. That's in fact one of the aspects, one of the very interesting aspects that we are getting to witness in Madhya Pradesh. It is the same Congress party that strongly opposes several Hindu organizations due to their pro-Hindu ideologies. And in fact, even went on to ban Bajrang Dal in Karnataka, or announcing a ban on Bajrang Dal in Karnataka. And here it was Kamal Nath who extended a warm welcome to the members of Bajrang Sena in the month of June. And now cut to 2023 October. It is the same Kamal Nath who in fact has decided, according to sources, that he is not going to contest the elections and he is going to defeat the BJP come what may. It is a matter of now, in fact, ego, and it is a matter of self-respect for Kamal Nath. In 2020, Jyotiraditya Scindia led a rebellion of 20 MLAs and brought down the Kamal Nath government, and ever since, Kamal Nath has been waiting for the opportunity to come back to power in Madhya Pradesh and teach a lesson to Jyotiraditya Scindia. That is not it. In fact, Kamal Nath's one of the very prominent things that he has adopted is also visiting various Hindu temples and win over priests from various Hindu temples. And in fact, in April, the Congress also organized Dharam Samvad, which saw the participation of over 500 priests. And he also decided, in fact, while he was addressing a meeting, he claimed that he is going to fix an honorarium for temple priests. Congress party in 2018 also played the soft Hindutva card, which included Rahul Gandhi, Kamal Nath and Jyotiraditya Scindia visiting various temples. That strategy proved quite successful for the party, as it emerged as the single largest party in the state in 2018 election. But due to the rebellion led by Jyotiraditya Scindia, BJP came back to power. But now there are many factors that are working against the BJP and in favor of the Congress party, according to political pundits. And here there is an important development in connection with this. Coming in from poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, where sources have indicated that former Chief Minister Kamal Nath may not contest in the upcoming elections, as he does not just want to focus on his constituency Chhindwara, but he wants to focus on the entire state. He wants to focus on campaigning and outreach across the state. Here, in fact, Kamal Nath, do remember, is a very important figure, and Rahul Gandhi very recently also announced that he is going to be the Chief Minister if Congress party comes to power. It was Jyotiraditya Scindia who also shared the burden earlier, but now all of it has fallen completely on the shoulders of Kamal Nath, one of the very prominent figures for the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh. And the responsibility for bringing Congress back to power lies solely on the shoulders of Kamal Nath, who seems to have decided that he will not contest from Chhindwara. In fact, it will be, Kamal Nath will focus on the entire state, on campaigning and outreach in Madhya Pradesh, as responsibility of bringing Congress to power largely rests on Kamal Nath's shoulders. Moving on now, in a significant development regarding the killing of two Metis students in Manipur, the Central Bureau of Investigation has arrested 4 individuals, including 2 women, for their alleged involvement in the incident. The accused have been taken to Guwahati by a special flight for further investigation. However, this development has prompted the Kukki Zomi community to stage a protest, referring to the arrests as an abduction. Now, for those who do not know what the case is, I'm just going to give a quick recap of what exactly happened. 2 students belonging to the Metis community went missing in the month of July. Now, their photographs went viral, and those 2 students have been killed, and it is being alleged that these 2 students accidentally stepped into the Kukki territory, and they were reportedly killed by the Kukki terrorists. There have been 4 arrests, including 2 women, which have been made in this regard. The CBI, in fact, has arrested 4 people, including 2 women, for their alleged involvement in the incident, and this has prompted the Kukki Zomi community to now hold a massive protest. They have cried foul. They have said that these arrests are nothing but abduction. Manipur continues to remain on edge. There, in fact, the CBI has now arrested 4 people. Do remember that Fijam, 20-year-old, and Hijam, 17 years old, they were on their way to home after coming back from tuition. They, in fact, had gone missing on the 6th of July, and photos allegedly showing their dead bodies surfaced on the 25th of September, causing fresh unrest in Manipur, this tiny northeastern state in India, and also leading to violent protests, mainly by the students. And now these Kukki Zomi community people also staging a protest, saying that the arrest of these 4 people is nothing but abduction. It is, in fact, in a joint operation with the Manipur police and the central forces. The CBI arrested 2 men who have been identified as Haukip and Samal Swam Haukip, and 2 women, Baiti Kuki and Hin Thang, in connection with its cases registered on the 23rd of August. These 4 people have been brought to Guwahati. And in fact, a CBI spokesperson was quoted in reports as saying the arrested accused will be produced before a competent court in Guwahati, designated as per the orders of the Honorable Supreme Court. 2 children who accompanied the arrested accused during their transit from Imphal to Guwahati have been handed over to the District Child Protection Officer of Kamrup Metro District for their welfare, protection and care. Now, it was in fact based on the complaints of the victims' parents that the 2 cases related to the missing students was in fact earlier registered with the Imphal Police and Lamphal Police on the 8th and 19th of July respectively. A team of CBI officials landed in Manipur on the 27th of September to monitor and help the probe. It was in fact the Chief Minister Biren Singh who had announced that the case will be handed over to the CBI. The government had also announced that it will completely support the CBI in its investigation and ensure that all those involved in this heinous crime are arrested. Violent protests are taking place since the 27th of September in Manipur. 23rd of September is when the internet was restored and 25th is when this news came out, and ever since there has been in fact unrest in Manipur, and internet services were again in fact internet services which were restored on the 23rd of September were again shut down in the state to ensure that no spread of any misinformation takes place. The violent protests which rocked Manipur on September 26th and 27th, in that in fact a mob also reportedly tried to attack the ancestral house of Chief Minister Biren Singh on the 28th of September. But security forces foiled the attempt. In fact, this is what largely was reported, but the Manipur police stated that there was no such attempt that took place. Meanwhile, just a day after the National Investigation Agency revealed the existence of a transitional conspiracy fueling the ethnic conflict in Manipur, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh made a statement. He categorized the ongoing 5-month-long violence in Manipur as war against the Indian Union. Now, according to him, this conflict involves Myanmar and Bangladesh-based Kuki militants collaborating with militant groups operating in Manipur. Singh also clarified that the crisis in Manipur should not be viewed as a clash between ethnic groups or a state-level law and order issue. Instead, he described it as a broader conflict with transnational dimensions involving militants from neighboring countries in collaboration with local militant groups. And Biren Singh also spoke with the media. Let's listen in.
ये जो मणिपुर में हो रहा है ये घटना ये waging war against the Indian Union by the Kuki militant from Myanmar base and Bangladesh base along with some militant from India. तो it clearly shows, इसने सबको दिखा दिया है कि ये कोई मामूली चीज नहीं है. तो इसलिए हम NIA को और भारत सरकार को बहुत बहुत हम धन्यवाद करता हूँ. खास करके मणिपुर के पब्लिक लोग और भारत का पब्लिक लोग ने जो ये सच्चाई को लाने के लिए 3-4 महीना लगा के कई तरह तरह का मीडिया कवरेज दे के रिपोर्ट दे के सबको ये समझने का लाइन में आया है. इसीलिए हम सबको बधाई करता हूं, सबको थैंक्स. और खास करके ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी और ऑनरेबल यूनियन अमित शाह जी खास करके ये स्टेटस में लाने के लिए हम बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. NIA की तरफ से एक केस के लिए जो कोकटा में बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ था उसी में इसे एक पकड़ लिया उसको हम दिल्ली ले गया. और आज एक ब्रेक थ्रू हुआ है जो जहाँ में जो एक दो स्टूडेंट, एक लड़की और एक लड़का को जो हाइनेस क्राइम, उसको मर्डर किया था पकड़ने के बाद में, उसको हम लोग ने अभी तक नहीं पकड़ सका था। लेकिन कल परसों से ऑनरेबल यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह जी ने वो एक सीबीआई का स्पेशल डायरेक्टर को अलोंग विद 5 से सीनियर ऑफिसर यहाँ भेज के कैम करके रखा है। और कैम करने के बाद में विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ द इंडियन आर्मी और पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस, असम राइफल्स और स्टेट पुलिस कंबाइंड टीम करके आज 4 एक्यूज पकड़ लिया है। और ये बहुत बड़ा अचीवमेंट है। तो ये हैंगलेप एरिया सुल्तानपुर से पकड़ लिया है। इसीलिए हम एनआईए, सीबीआई और सारे सेंट्रल पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस इंक्लूडिंग इंडियन आर्मी एंड असम राइफल.
Well, in fact, there now N. Biren Singh talking to the media and stating that this conflict involves Myanmar and Bangladesh-based Kuki militants, who have collaborated with militant groups operating in Manipur, and that's the cause of unrest. Interestingly, there have been many calls for, in fact, many political leaders as well as several people who have studied Manipur have said that N. Biren Singh should have stepped down. That would have been the ideal state. But then, interestingly enough, there are still many people in Manipur, especially the Meitei women, who have backed N. Biren Singh. And just yesterday, reports have come out that 23 BJP MLAs have backed N. Biren Singh and have said that he should not step down. There, N. Biren Singh trying to put the onus on the Bangladesh and Myanmar-based Kuki militants and claiming that they collaborated with the militant groups operating in Manipur, and that is the cause of unrest in Manipur. But the fact of the matter is that this has been ongoing since the 3rd of May, and it is in fact Biren Singh's own government in Manipur. Why hasn't the situation been brought to control? Why is Manipur still continuing to witness bloodshed? That's the big question. And why is Biren Singh not stepping down? Why hasn't he been asked to step down? Well, of course, while these questions continue to be asked by many people, the fact of the matter also is that Manipur is a bordering state, and the centre as well as the state government has to take this path very cautiously given the threat that China and Pakistan poses, and they've been keeping a hawk's eye, taking a look at closely looking at what has been happening in Manipur and trying ways and means to peddle unrest in the state. Here now, interestingly, Biren Singh says that it is in fact the Kuki and it is in fact the Bangladeshi and Myanmar-based Kuki militants who have collaborated with militant groups in Manipur. He stated that the crisis in Manipur should not be viewed as a clash between ethnic groups, but it is a broader conflict with transnational dimensions, which involves militants from neighboring countries who have collaborated with the local militant groups, and this is the reason for the, in fact, fresh unrest. This is the reason for the unrest in Manipur. Over 150 people have lost their lives. 3,000 people have been injured since the ethnic conflict broke out in Manipur on the 3rd of May after a tribal solidarity march was organized in the Hill districts to protest against the Meitei community's demand for scheduled tribe status. Switching our focus now, the National Investigation Agency carried out searches at more than 60 locations in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in left-wing extremism case. The raids are still underway at the premises and hideouts of suspects in both the states. Separate NI teams started conducting raids in close coordination with state police forces since morning following inputs. The raids are learned to be conducted at Telangana, Hyderabad and in Andhra Pradesh's Guntur, Nellore and Tirupati districts. The places being searched in houses of several leaders and civil rights sympathizers who are suspected of having links with Naxal sympathizers. On the 9th of September, the NI also conducted a series of raids and searches in Telangana and Chhattisgarh in connection with the August 2023 case involving the recovery of explosive materials, drones and a lathi machine involving the banned Communist Party of India Maoist for use against security forces. The NIA had also registered the case against 12 accused after the explosive materials, drones and a lathi machine were seized from 3 of them in the month of June in fact, Kothagudam. There now the National Investigation Agency carrying out searches at more than 60 locations. The searches are underway in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana in left-wing extremism case. The NIA in fact had registered the case against 12 of these accused after the explosive material, drones and a lathe machine were seized from 3 of them in the month of June. The places being searched are houses of several leaders of civil rights sympathizers who are accused of having links with Naxal sympathizers. An unfortunate incident has come to light in Deoria district of Uttar Pradesh. Here, a case of brutal murder of 6 people due to old enmity has come to light in Fatehpur village near Rudrapur. As soon as the information was received, heavy police reached the spot. The cops are busy investigating the case. Now, sensation has spread in the entire area regarding the incident. There was screaming at the spot. There is an atmosphere of tension in the village. On receiving the information about the incident, PSC is reaching the spot. The murder of 6 people has also created a stir in the police department. 6 people, in fact, have been killed in this unfortunate incident that is coming to light from Uttar Pradesh. According to the information, former district panchayat member Prem Yadav was beaten to death on Monday morning at Lehra Tola of Fatehpur in Rudrapur. In fact, retaliation of the incident, the crowd gathered at the door of Satya Prakash Dubey of the accused party and killed him. Now, there is a land dispute, and following which 6 members of a family were shot and killed in Fatehpur village in Rudrapur Kotwali area of Deoria district. Among the deceased are a former district panchayat member and members of his family. The information in fact suggests that the aggrieved family had been involved in a land dispute with a person from their own village for a long time. 6 people have been brutally murdered due to an old feud. Now, as soon as the information was received, large police presence could be witnessed at the spot, and according to the information, Prem Yadav, a former district panchayat member from Lehda in the Fatehpur area, was beaten to death. In retaliation, an angry mob also reached the door of the accused Satya Prakash Dubey and killed him. Now, afterward, the enraged mob also killed 2 other individuals, a woman and another person. Following this incident, there was chaos in the village. The police is currently at the spot. Switching our focus to a prominent political development that's coming to light from Rajasthan. Now, as the elections approach in Rajasthan, there is increasing speculation about the BJP's chief ministerial candidate. There is a growing belief that the BJP may follow the formula used in Madhya Pradesh, where union ministers and MPs were asked to contest in the state elections. In Rajasthan, there is speculation that Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat may be fielded as a candidate against Ashok Gehlot from the Sardarpura constituency. Now, notably, this is for the first time that the BJP has not officially announced a chief ministerial candidate for the upcoming election. It is also important to note that this is for, in fact, no official announcement in this regard has been made, and the selection of candidates and the chief ministerial candidate, if any, will be determined by the party leadership closer to the election. There, in fact, BJP has not yet announced who is going to be their chief ministerial candidate. The question also is sticking to Vasundhara Raje best bet in the Rajasthan elections? But amidst all of this speculation, there is another important development that has taken place. Now, reports are indicating that Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat may in fact be fielded as a candidate against Ashok Gehlot from Sardarpura constituency. While there is no clarification from the BJP on its chief ministerial candidate, the party, it appears, is pondering whether Gajendra Singh Shekhawat could be fielded as the chief ministerial candidate in the Rajasthan elections, and also the party is reportedly planning to field him as against Ashok Gehlot from the Sardarpura constituency. Do remember that there is a revolving door pattern when it comes to the Rajasthan elections since 1993. In fact, Rajasthan has been giving an alternate government. So, these 5 years belong to the Congress, the next 5 years possibly belong to the BJP. Let's cut across live to, in fact, Chittorgarh, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is performing Aarti. He is currently in Chittorgarh, Rajasthan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi there, in fact, at a temple in Rajasthan performing puja. He has arrived in pole-bound Rajasthan. As I was saying that there are, in fact, there is a fair chance that the BJP may come to power in the state. Prime Minister Modi, who is in Chittorgarh, will be addressing a rally. In fact, he will be addressing a public meeting at Sanvaliaja in Rajasthan, Chittorgarh district. And today, interestingly, also is Gandhi Jayanti. Do remember that this, in fact, comes closely on the heels of Prime Minister Modi's rally in Jaipur, which also marked an end to BJP's Parivartan Yatra in Rajasthan on the 25th of September. This is Prime Minister Modi's 10th visit to the state within a year and his second in a span of just 7 days. There, Prime Minister at Savaria Seth Temple, also seeking blessings and hoping that his party BJP would come to power in the state. Moving on now, Prime Minister Modi has claimed that BRS is being stirred by AIMIM, while KTR hit back saying calling Adani as the Prime Minister's best friend. The Prime Minister there said that corruption and corruption are the trademarks of BRS. He termed the government in the state as Kar Sarkar and said, in fact, that the steering wheel is with the AIMIM. Slamming the comments coming from Prime Minister, KTR replied saying that BRS was indeed a family party and that the residents of Telangana were its family members. He referred to BRS as a family of 4 crore people of Telangana and Chief Minister KCR as the head of the family, providing government schemes to them. KTR then took a jibe at Modi's proximity to industrialist Gautam Adani and said, people of India are calling Pradhani as Adani. He alleged that Prime Minister Modi was pushing public sector companies into losses and privatizing them for the benefit of his corporate friends like Adani. In a significant political move, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took centre stage in Telangana, signalling the state's desire for a change in government ahead of the upcoming elections. During his address, Modi unveiled a slew of developmental initiatives, including the establishment of a national turmeric board and a central university for tribal communities. Notably, the Congress party is aggressively vying for control of the state assembly. Prime Minister Modi's fervent campaign event in Mehboob-Nagar, Palamuru saw the foundation laying for various projects worth a staggering 13,500 crores, amplifying the intensity of the political contest that has gripped the region, featuring parties like the Congress and Bharat Rashtra Samiti. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, has announced developmental projects worth 13,500 crores for Telangana. That's BJP's poll pitch. Prime Minister Modi has unveiled a slew of developmental initiatives which also include the establishment of a national turmeric board and a central university for tribal communities. BJP, they're hoping, in fact, for a term in Telangana. Right on your screens, Krishan Reddy along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He also took a jibe at the BRS and also announced projects worth a staggering 13,500 crore, amplifying the intensity of the political contest that has gripped the region. Well, that was in fact BJP's poll push, where Prime Minister Modi has announced developmental projects worth 13,500 crores. But now moving on, Telugu Desam Party chief and former Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu is set to stage a hunger strike on the 2nd of October, that is today, within the confines of Rajmundry Central Jail, where he has been detained for nearly 3 weeks. Joining him in the hunger strike are TDP leaders from across the state, including Naidu's wife. And they are now protesting against the alleged restrictions on freedom imposed by the YSRCP government in Andhra Pradesh. Earlier, TDP supporters held a spirited noise-making protest on the 30th of September, creating, in fact, cacophony of sounds in support of Naidu's cause. Chandrababu Naidu, who has been in jail for around 3 weeks now, has decided to go on a hunger strike. In a concerning turn of events in Shivamogga, communal tensions erupted during an Eid procession over a Tippu Sultan cutout. Stone pelting ensued, resulting in 6 injuries, including 2 policemen. The incident stemmed from an argument between Hindu and Muslim community members regarding the cutout, which depicted Tippu Sultan in a controversial manner. In response, Shivamogga police have taken action, forming special teams to track and apprehend the culprits, while also deploying additional security forces to maintain peace. Section 144 of the CRPC has been imposed in the area as a precautionary measure. That's in fact a development that's coming in light from Shivamogga. Well, of course, moving on also, fitness influencer Ankit Bayanpuria on Sunday joined Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Shramdhan for Cleanliness program of the Swachhata Hi Seva campaign. Prime Minister Modi has shared a video of him with the fitness influencer on social media. Prime Minister Modi met social media sensation Ankit Bayanpuria, who had started a 75-day hard challenge to imbibe the culture of fitness among the youth. The Prime Minister in the video was heard saying, I will learn something from you today. That's what he told Ankit. How will Swachhata Abhiyan help fitness? Prime Minister Modi asked Ankit. Keeping the environment clean is our duty. If the environment remains healthy, then we too will. That's what Ankit replied to Prime Minister Modi. Take a listen.
राम राम साराय ने क्या अंकित ठीक है तो आज हम तुझसे कुछ सीखेंगे फिटनेस के लिए आप इतनी मेहनत करते हैं, उसमें ये स्वच्छता अभियान कैसे मदद करेगा?
वातावरण को स्वस्थ रखना तो हमारा कर्तव्य है। वो स्वस्थ तभी हम स्वस्थ हैं।
हमारे सोनीपत में गांवों में कैसा है लोगों का स्वच्छता में विश्वास कैसा है?
अब थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ध्यान दे रहे हैं स्वच्छता की तरफ। हाँ,
आप फिजिकल एक्टिविटी के लिए कितना समय देते हैं?
सर दिन में 4 से 5 घंटे। आपको भी देख के थोड़ा सा मोटिवेट होते हैं कि आप भी इतनी एक्सरसाइज करते हो।
मैं ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज नहीं करता, लेकिन रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में जितना चाहिए, लेकिन मैं डिसिप्लिन फॉलो करता हूँ। 2 चीज़ों में मेरा अभी डिसिप्लिन नहीं आ रहा। एक खाने का टाइमिंग और दूसरा सोने के लिए थोड़ा मुझे समय देना चाहिए, तो मैं दे नहीं पा रहा।
माँ देश को सुलाने के लिए आपको जागना पड़ता है।
आपने जो सोशल मीडिया का
जी सर।
कैसे पॉजिटिव उपयोग होता है,
जी सर।
ये परफेक्ट एग्जाम्पल आपने दिया है। और मैंने देखा है कि आपके कारण काफी नौजवान भी जो है और जो बड़ी बड़ी जिम में जाने वाले लोग थे,
जी सर।
ये भी अब तो आप पर एक चीज़ों को फॉलो करते हैं। मैंने एक बार एक सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट देखा था, किसी बच्ची ने मेरी माँ का जिम ऐसा करके वीडियो रखा था, और उसमें मेरी माँ सुबह से शाम जो काम कर रही है, चक्की चलाती है वो भी उसका जिम है, कपड़े धोती है वो भी उसका जिम है। इतना इफेक्टिव बनाया।
अब आपसे मिलने का सपना था वो पूरा हो गया। देख लो सर, G20 वाला सम्मेलन देखा, मतलब वो व्यवस्था देख कर, मतलब वो सब इंडिया में होते हुए देख कर, मतलब हर भारतीय ने बहुत गर्व हुआ है इस चीज़ पे कि भाई।
आपने देखा होगा,
हाँ जी,
जो भारत मंडपम बना है,
हाँ जी, जी,
उसमें भी एक पूरा दीवार
जी
हमने योगा का बनाया
देखा।
और वहाँ भी QR कोड लगाया है कि कोई उसको मोबाइल पे ले लेगा तो उसको उस आसन का
जी
क्या फायदा होता है, कैसे करना है, उसका पूरा डिटेल मिल जाता है।
और आपने जो स्पोर्ट्स के लिए किया है, अगर मैं खुद स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन था,
हाँ।
इंजरी के मारे थोड़ा सा दूर हूँ स्पोर्ट्स से, पर मतलब देखा करते कि आप जब मेडल आया था खुद पर्सनली फ़ोन कराया करते प्लेयर के पास से, और आपने फिट इंडिया जैसी मुहिम चलाई, खेलो इंडिया, तो उससे खिलाड़ियों ने बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोत्साहन मिलने लग रहा है।
आपका जो 75 डेज चैलेंज है उसमें क्या करते हैं?
उसमें 5 रूल फॉलो करनी होया करें। एक तो 2 टाइम वर्कआउट हो, उसमें
2 टाइम होना चाहिए।
हाँ 2 टाइम होना चाहिए, अलग अलग होना चाहिए, एक इंडोर हो एक आउटडोर हो, दोनों आउटडोर हो तो जब भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। दूसरा 4 लीटर पानी, एक बुक पढ़नी है 10 पेज कोई भी बुक हो, उसमें मैं अपनी पुराण पढ़ने लग रहा हूँ।
अच्छा,
पहले श्रीमद् भागवत गीता पढ़ी थी, अब शिव पुराण पढ़ने लग रहा है। और चौथा रूल है उसका स्ट्रिक्ट डाइट फॉलो करनी है। और चौथा बनी एक सेल्फी लेनी है, प्रोग्रेस ट्रैक करनी थी।
ये अच्छा है, इसके लिए एक स्वच्छता का संदेश, क्योंकि मैंने देखा है कि धीरे धीरे देश में स्वच्छता के लिए सबकी रुचि बन रही है। परिवार में छोटे बच्चे भी अपने दादा को कहते हैं गंदा मत करो, तो एक अच्छा वातावरण से भी। चलिए अंकित, बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हो आप। बहुत आगे बढ़िए।
But there, in fact, Prime Minister Modi all praises for Ankit, and Prime Minister also told him that you have been doing a stupendous work. Do keep at it. Keep spreading awareness about the need of cleanliness in India. Prime Minister Modi and Ankit, they are sharing a moment, and Ankit also, while speaking exclusively to TV9, said that it was a dream come true for him. Switching our focus now, a state of emergency has been declared in New York City as strong storms bring flash flooding. Many of the city's subway systems, streets and highways have been flooded, while at least one terminal at LaGuardia airport closed on Friday before later reopening. Up to 20 centimeters of rain fell in some parts of the city, but skies had calmed slightly by the evening. Fortunately, no loss of life has been reported or in fact critical injuries have been reported. A state of emergency, however, has been declared in the New Jersey town of Hoboken, just across the Hudson River from New York City. In the New York City, Mayor Eric Adams warned people it was a time for heightened alertness and extreme caution as the state of emergency was put in place. He said, and I quote, "Some of our subways are flooded and it is extremely difficult to move around the city." Right on your screens, visuals coming in from New York City. Absolutely, in fact, they're worrisome visuals. A state of emergency has been declared in New Jersey, and these visuals, in fact, are coming in from New York, where a state of emergency has been declared over flash floods. Many of the city's subway systems, streets and highways have been flooded. Fortunately, no loss of life or critical injury has been reported. Well, that's all we have in this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day ahead.
BrahMos. Stealthy, lethal, precise. It flies at 3 times the speed of sound and cuts through a warship like a hot knife through butter. China's navy has threatened its neighbors, and they are turning to the BrahMos for protection. The warship killer. This and more streaming on world's first news OTT, News 9+. Download now.
3 years after the deadly Galwan clashes, India has doubled the pace of infrastructure creation on the border. India's Border Road Organization is accomplishing Mission Impossible, creating infrastructure to secure us from our foes across the Himalayas.
Look at China. They don't have to climb up like us. Once they are on the Tibetan plateau, the construction work, the maintenance work, everything is fairly easy.
On India's 77th Independence Day, an all-women unit of border roads organization led by Colonel Ponung Dobing inaugurated the world's highest motorable road.